tea. A nice cup of tea. One thing I forgot to mention that you may want to do, which is a good idea to make it sort of easier on people browsing the Steam Workshop, is to have a look at your buildable area for your map. So if I were to load a new game with the map I just created, it will show you the suitable area for building. It might be a good idea to put this in your map description, as well as what kind of outside connections and natural resources you have on your map. Because I have a feeling people appreciate that, so they don't have to actually sub to the map just to find out if there's outside connections, what kind of outside connections there are, what kind of natural resources and all that. So that's a tip. I will edit my description after the stream. Okay, we're gonna go back to our terrain website, right there. So that's the area. Oh look, that's how it looks. So I kind of messed up there, didn't I? It's fine. We were creative with it, I guess. So I hope you all can see this. Yes, you can. Is everyone who wanted to see this part here? Can I safely start another run of the how-to map editor? I'm thinking of doing an area in New Zealand, where I've been. It's so pretty. Very pretty. It will be very hard to make a workable map there, because this is basically what it looks like. I've no idea if you'll actually be able to build a town there. So let's use the search bar, which I see doesn't actually pop up because it's sort of outside my what do you call it, capture thing. If you click this little search, can you actually see that? Yeah, you can see my mouse. If you click this, you get a pop-up saying, where do you want to go? And you just type in an area in the world and it will take you there. So I'm typing in Milford Sound. Please do a map with a river to teach water flow tricks. Oh, I can do that here, because there's water here. And I think I may actually do a map from scratch at the end, because I've never done that. So I'll do that after this one. Check out Leiden. I already did, JD Crib. I used to go to uni there, and I checked it out, and it was like, as for all the Dutch maps, it's all below sea level, so you get some massive tsunamis and stuff there, which can be interesting. But the resolution is not good enough for Dutch maps. Not enough height differences. Cool, so I'm gonna go for Milford Sound, which is a lovely place in New Zealand. And I think it's like the Fiordland National Park. There is plenty of water, plenty of mountains. Too many mountains, I think. The area where you'll be able to build your city is probably here. So it will be like a tiny buildable area, but it will look very nice. You can just drop the sea level, true. Flat land and 2 rivers. Well, even the rivers on the Dutch maps are very difficult to, like, the Terrain Party website doesn't actually see those. It's probably not the website that sees them, but you know, the software or the data it uses is not, the resolution is not high enough. Had to go try to make a map from scratch, not bad. I like the build tools, they're really good. They're really good. Okay, so I'm gonna export this bit. I just need to figure out what I would like in it. Remember, buildable area is 5 by 5. You can choose 9 tiles from this to make sure players have enough to choose from there. I think this should do it, because players will have this sort of area to build in. Maybe this bit, and maybe a little bit down here. I'm not quite sure how steep these are. So what you do next, you can actually look at the street map. Look at that. There's just one big road and then tiny roads. It's a tiny airport, which is interesting because it's very hilly, mountainous, I should say. I may actually want to move it up a little bit. So remember, your 5 by 5 is your buildable area. Your 9 by 9 is your entire map, as it will show up in a map editor. Touch to the left. I think I'm happy with this, so I'm going to click the little cloud with the arrow down. it will give you a pop-up which you will not see, you cannot see because it's not captured. It says, the page says, what do you call this area? I want to call it Milford Sound. Okay, and then it starts downloading. Maybe that's why when I tried my city it didn't really detect the main riverbeds on the height map. Yeah, that can be why. Yep. The data for the US is the best resolution basically. So anything in the US will probably have a much better resolution than anything outside the US. It's much easier to make height maps for, or I say easier, it's probably more a case of being closer to reality. So I just downloaded this, I'm going to show this in folder. Of course I do realize you cannot actually see all my folders. I am gonna extract this because it's a zip with various maps in it. Let's have a look at these maps. Oh wow, that's going to be very difficult to build on. Definitely. We'll see if it's feasible to actually use this. I'm going to go with the merged map. I'll put that into my folder. And the path is, I'll post this again, just in chat for you guys. It's C:/ / users. Oh my god! Wow! That's a big donation, dude. Thank you so much for that. Oh my god. Milford says, long distance sucks. Me and my fiance also had one for a year. Hope you guys can move in together soon. Thank you so much for that. My god, that scared the crap out of me. That's massive. Thank you so much. It does suck. It does suck. We are lucky enough to be able to see each other every 6 weeks or so. But that definitely helps a lot for moving over. That's my luggage allowance sorted for one of my flights. That's amazing. Thank you so much for that. I'll put that in once I'm in my next screen. I'll put that on the counter as well. You jumped on the chair. Hey, Seagrain. Sorry about that. That is very nice of you. Very generous. Awesome. I was just saying I'll put the path in. I earn it in half a day, so it's not that big of a deal. Hope you can move in soon. Thanks. We're looking at moving in May. So obviously there's a few flights that I need to book with some luggage allowance, and then my dad is hopefully going to be able to drive over with some of my stuff. And we'll need some new furniture and stuff as well, because obviously I cannot take my entire house. 575958, the Aussies gave you the highest score. Well done. Thank you. Thank you, Novak. Novak has a habit of scoring my jumps. So that's cool. Thank you so much, Novak, for those lovely scores there. Yeah, so just to keep going from where I was, because I don't want to make this stream about jumping too much. The path there may not exist completely. For me, the height maps folder was not there, so it was a folder I had to make myself. So if you do want to import height maps there, just or put them there, make sure the map's there. If it doesn't, just create it yourself. Should you always choose the clearest looking height map, because there are usually a few to choose from? Usually it's the best idea to choose the merge one. It says merged. That's the one that has different types of data merged together in one, which will give you the best result, hopefully. You had your prison on full speed whilst creating that damn people? No! Is it wrecked now? Is there... Oh, dead prisoners. I'm assuming this is about Prison Architect. I need to get back to the game at some point. So yeah, to answer your question, Criminal Fetus, usually the merged one is the best. Yeah, because it just, as it says, merges information. Can you not go back to a previous save, Wilbur Dad? Okay, so we exported this so we can go back into the game now. There we go. And I shall add those donations. So I shall add 53 in total to my move fund. Maths are difficult. Oh, that takes us over 200. 225 and 3 is 228. on that move fund. Thanks so much, guys. That makes it so much easier for me to, you know, get all the luggage I need onto the plane and stuff. You should donate to me so I can meet my future wife in real life. Lau's sister doesn't know it's me yet, but you know. No autosaves. No. You can refer to her as Lazy Fiend, but I doubt that she's going to be your future wife. You'll need to fight her boyfriend. Probably. That's what you'll need to do. Cool, so we'll go into our map editor again. Create a new map. It's not going to be tropical, it's a fjord, so it's probably, this would be most realistic. You guys should donate to me so I can buy toys to my dog so that she stops eating my socks. What kind of dog do you have? Oh yeah, Lazy already has a future husband. Cool. Emptiness. That sound is quite interesting. What's that supposed to be? Just wind, I guess. Okay, so this is the Milford sound that we just created. This will be interesting. Wow. So it's kind of difficult to actually see where the sea level is supposed to be. Is this supposed to be the ocean? There should be like one side where there's... Huh. Is this supposed to be... This is supposed to be the ocean. I see the water coming in. Yes, the water's coming in, guys. Let's speed it up to see where the water goes. Hear the sounds of hearts breaking all over the net. I know. Yeah. That map is awesome, not gonna lie. It looks pretty cool, doesn't it? It looks pretty cool. I'm just gonna have the sea move in and see where it settles. It makes it easier for me to know where to create rivers and all that. So it's starting to... Those massive tsunamis. Interesting. Had to search on the other side of your country to find a girlfriend. Yeah, so tell me about, like, your long distance then, Full Portrait. Was it just because of one of you guys started work or studied somewhere else? Or was it at the start of your relationship when you met her somehow? Feel your pain, aw. But you're engaged now. So it worked out for you. Okay. This is interesting because the sea level makes it so that the sea will... Let's see. I wonder how far it will go actually. Oh, you met her at a metal festival in Gothenburg. Nice. That's interesting. Wow, that's not good, JJ. That doesn't sound like a good story. I'm just gonna let the water settle there. It looks like there should be water here as well. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of water coming in there. It can't really make its way uphill though. So it would be nice to create a water source. It looks like this is where the town is. This buildable area is going to be so tiny. Well, people just need to go uphill and create some nice roads inland, maybe, to build a few houses alongside. I'm pretty sure this buildable area will be quite small, but we'll find that out soon enough. See, it's still moving in. Aw, look at that tiny island. You asked her to come visit me in northern Sweden, which is something everyone in Sweden seems to want to visit. Nice! And she came up. The rest I leave to your imagination. Aw. That's cool though, that you met and then she visited, and that's kind of how Ellie and I met as well. Yeah, well, apart from the fact that, you know, we met online and then I decided to visit him, and the rest is history. Okay, so we do have some jagged edges here as well. This is just the height map that's kind of being a little weirdo. So I'm just going to trim these down with the smooth tool. I don't think we'll have too many of those. See, I don't really mind an area like that that's not jagged, but if there's like strange looking cliffs all of a sudden, like these ones, that just doesn't really look very natural, does it? Just have to go around the map and find them and brush them away. But it's not as doesn't look as bad as the other map did. I think these are just artifacts from the height map creation and they're not there in real life, so I am going to smooth these out. Just to make it look a little bit more realistic. Prison worth -$2 million. Wow, that's bad. I'm sorry for distracting you from your prison. Still at max speed, just to get those the sea to settle. This is almost therapeutic to just brush the entire mountain. I don't know why. It feels like that. We can turn it around, yeah. I'm sure you're a good enough warden to completely turn it around. Make that look a bit nicer. Kind of like a crisscross pattern there, which we want to get rid of as much as we can. I don't have the brush strength too high because otherwise everything would just smooth out as one big flat pancake. Probably not, but you know. I don't actually want to change much of the terrain heights there. I can though if I wanted to, as you can see there. I just want to make the not very natural looking things look a little bit more natural. So it can take a lot of work still when you're creating from existing height maps, existing areas in a world. Exactly, wax on, wax off. Yep, that's it. Basically just brushing it. I feel like you're kind of a Bob Ross. Even though I'm not even placing any trees yet. There we go. Yeah, I think this map is a little bit more difficult than the other one. Okay, so what you see here is that we're actually losing these ridges if we use a brush this big, which is not too much of a problem, I think, anyway. If you do have a map with a less pronounced height differences, you may not want to use a brush this big because you'll lose all height differences, basically. You may not want to do that. Right here it's fine though because we have tons of mountains anyway. Of course, everyone has their own style of doing this. That needs some work, definitely. You don't want this to look like it's layer upon layer. Because it simply doesn't look like that in real life. I think so anyway. Happy brush strokes, I know. Make those mountains happy indeed. Your story reminds me of my last relation. I used to grab a rose from a neighbor's garden every day and give it to this woman, and every day for 3 months till she went out with me. Nice. Didn't last, but it was one hell of a ride. Well, I'm sure you were happy for most of those 8 years. Digital Bob Ross, yeah. Bob Ross indeed. So everywhere where we see those lines, I'm gonna... Ooh, look at those little jaggedy edges there. Let's take care of those. Those lines are just artifacts of the software, so we want to get rid of all of them. The neighbors get mad at you for picking their roses. Turn around and move that side. Get rid of those, some of those lines there. Them out. So we have the sea level now, but we don't have any water sources yet, so I shall add those as well, right after we finish making this look a little bit better. Don't want those ridges. Don't want it to look like a stack of pancakes. Although pancakes are very nice though, don't get me wrong. Love pancakes. I'm actually gonna make myself hungry right now, talking about that. I didn't actually have a lot to eat before the stream, so I may have to pop down for a banana at some point. It enhanced your resume for sure, nice. Your actual work resume. I wonder how that happened then. Okay, next. I think that's it mostly. The artifacts there. Don't want to smooth it too much, of course. I think that's everything smoother that needs to be done. Yeah, that should be it. That looks very interesting. Okay. Okay, so ideally we want to have the ocean up till here, but it looks like it's not going any further than here. I can lower this. But I'd rather add a water source, to be honest. Have some water here. I wouldn't mind creating a water source up here. I'll actually do that now. To spawn a little river thing. Looks like that will fill up all of that. That doesn't look too bad. Don't know why it says it will fill up that. It won't get there. Don't think it will. So we'll have some water flow this way. I wouldn't mind trying a water thing up here as well. Clicking it will allow you to lower the level or like make it super high, but that way only the highest tops of the mountains will stay dry. That should be sufficient. So this will be interesting. I have one water source there. Lower this a little bit actually. I have one there, so they will sort of meet in there, hopefully flow out to the sea there. Looks like there's some jagged edges there, so let me get my brush out. They're underwater, which is a bit of a pain, but sure they're taken care of now. You don't actually see them obviously there, but you know, they're there, and I know they're there. This looks a little bit odd, so I am gonna level this out little bit. I'm just gonna raise this. Why not? That'll look nice. Just work from the inside out. Make it easy on yourself. There we go. Nice little island. Won't be able to build on this because it's well outside the buildable area, as you can see. I'm not quite sure what happened there. Someone was timed out. For inappropriateness. You did not write that correctly, but I know what you mean. Yeah, I got a big donation from Full Boarded. I see he's been timed out. I don't know what he said. I'm not gonna look it up. I don't really feel like I want to know. If he's back and does the same thing again, then he can just be, he can be banned. I tend to be very nice as well. So it's starting to pump out some more water now, which is good. It will fill up a bigger area. I do not want this to be flooded though, so we'll see how that works out. I really love just watching the water flow. Water physics in this game are very good. Let's have a look at the overlay for that. Oh, look at that. Yep, so we have a water source there. Water flows this way and into the bay. Water flows this way and into the bay as well. Psychologist. Yes, you spelled that right. A 15-year-old guy who's sitting with his friends in school trying to be fun. Oh well. You always get those trolls. Why can't Swedish be the world language? I don't know. I don't really, like, know any Swedish. I know what your name means now. It means fulfilled. You're more of a... I'm not even sure if I said hi to you yet, Chazu. Hi, Chazu. How you doing? You're more of a ruthless mod? Timeout doesn't exist in my actions. Well, see... I usually ban people if they're saying something rude and if it's the first thing ever they say in chat, because then you know they're just there to troll. For this map though, I think I'm gonna change the starting tile to this one. That seems like a nice starting tile. Nice and difficult. That's what we like. Okay, and I may actually start. I think I'll connect these parts up, and I'll do that by using the level tool. I have the water flow this way. Wow, English is difficult sometimes. Been lurking so wasn't chatting. Fair enough. That's allowed. Sweden didn't colonize stuff, which should make us the nice guys, and people should want to learn our language instead. It all makes more sense. Yeah, it does. It does. Who is your Hitler king in the 1600s? Was that who was that? What's the name of that person? I feel like we didn't really get taught a lot about Scandinavian history in school. So I don't really know anything apart from stuff like Vikings and things. Go, flow into the sea, little river. You can do it. Karl the 12th. Oh yeah, was he that bad? Okay, so you can now see it flows two ways. It's kind of a little bit odd there. I can lower this here a little bit. Don't float back in there. Oh my gosh. You may have to wait for a little bit until like it settles so you can see where it actually goes. Okay.